Okay, what I'm here to discuss with you is how COK can help you throughout everything that we have mentioned here. We want persons to be prepared. There's a lot of things happening on the market, in our environment, and we want you to be prepared. And we have some instruments here at COK, some products that we think would benefit you greatly through this time period. Who should prepare? Everyone. Everyone should prepare because everybody has been affected by what has been happening. The salaried persons, the self-employed persons, even the unemployed persons. As adults, we should also prepare our families, as was mentioned before. You need to have your family involved when you're doing your budget. You need to have your family involved with you every step of the way. And you have to think about your close friends as your family as well. If you find that you are preparing and there's somebody around you who is not doing anything, you have to ensure that these persons are also preparing, because guess what? If something happens to them, they're going to be leaning on you to help them. So help them to prepare on their own so that your preparations that you have made for yourself and your family will stay that way. Not telling you to be mean, but you need to help others and share the information with other persons. So what are you preparing for, really? With everything that has been happening, you have persons that are losing their income, whether losing it completely, where they're being made redundant. We hear how many persons that are going to be losing their jobs in the public sector. Other companies have started making their company and their employment, and not employment, their employees, reducing the size of their employees because the business is not making as much money as it used to. So they have to cut out their expenses, and maybe they don't even need that much manpower anymore. So we have persons who are going home. So what we have is we have a lot of houses now being turned from a double income to a single income, or no income, where it was just a single income has no income. So you have to be preparing for this. We also have persons who are self-employed who are not making as much money as they need to, as they used to, because persons don't have that money anymore to spend. So you have to ensure that we can do the most that we can with the little that we have. All right? So you can prepare by doing a budget, but I won't touch that because that was covered completely by the Consumer Affairs Commission. So I won't look at that at all. But what I can help you to do is to identify, if you realize that your budget is being overrun, your income is much less than your expenses, that means that you need to identify an additional source of income. It's clear that if you have cut everything from your expenses and yet there is still it's not balanced, you still need more money, that means that you have to go out now and look for an additional source of income. With that can be maybe even a new business venture. I mean, when times are hard, you will find that you'll be providing, you're always good at helping others to sew. When they have a little thing, you sew your own clothes, but now you're going to have to start sewing for other people because you have a shortage and you need to stop that gap. And you can't have where you're using your savings to cover your monthly expenses. That's never ever a good thing. So you now need to create an additional source of income. So we have a lot of persons looking outside, wanting to start a new business. They want to perhaps revamp an existing business. So we have to ensure that we're making the money that we need to keep ourselves healthy first, happy next, right? Just to ensure that we're living a life that is of a standard, hopefully not too far from what you're used to, but we have to ensure that everything is good and our expenses are being covered. So you need to start preparing now. Start preparing now. Explore your options that will allow for, exploring the options now will allow you for an increased ability to put plans in place as required. You can't think about it only when it hits you, but you need to know what your options are now. Put the plans in place now so that when you need to draw on those options, you have those options available. So how can COK Sodality help? Well, first of all, as was mentioned before, we want to get rid of those high interest loans. We have credit cards that are being 48, 49%. We have some smaller loans that you get from other institutions that are charging you a lot. The money is easy to come by, yes, but I always tell persons you pay from your eyes when you're paying back this money. So you have to be smart about the financial decisions that you make. We try to stay away from high interest loans. You access loans for business purposes. Some places have some secured loans. COK has quite a few options for business purposes. We have both secured and unsecured. And what you should do, we have a lot of persons being made redundant and they're leaving with a sizable sum of money as a part of their redundancy package. And they take this money and they use it maybe blow it all at once, or they use it little by little until it is completely finished. What they need to do is to invest this money. They need to invest this money to ensure that they will have something to last them for the time period, and not just take it and buy a car and buy a house. And then when you look, you don't have anything. You have your house, but you can't pay your light bill and your water bill, and you can't send your children to school. So you have to make smart investments to ensure that you can earn interest from this money that you're getting to help to cover offset some of those expenses, whereas your main lump sum of money is still there. Okay. We have some options available. We have fixed deposits available. We have our Wealth Maximizer, which is actually a 5-year tax-free product where you can put down a deposit, and if you leave it in the instrument for 5 years, you will get tax-free returns on it. You're able to take the interest off every 6 months, so you can actually earn your interest tax-free. Pardon me? Oh, you can, and it bears a higher interest rate usually than what your fixed deposit would give you because of the tax-free benefit and the length of time that you have to put this money in. Pardon me? Not all interest. Yes, it's 75% of the interest that you can collect. We have to leave that 25% there, that withholding interest, just in case you break the plan before the 5-year period, that we can pay over to the government what is duly theirs. All right? Okay. Another option that we have is the C&WJ pension plan, but I will get into that option a little later with more information. I have here a debt consolidation example. Debt consolidation is when you attempt to take all your debts that you have all over the place. Sometimes you have one here, one there, one elsewhere, or maybe it's not even a financial institution, but somebody that you owe money per se, and you want to just get rid of that and have all your loans one place and just make one monthly payment. It actually works out a lot easier for you. And C&WJ reduced our home equity loan rates just in March 1st. So you can take advantage of this. I have an example here where I have what a monthly payment for loans based on the type of loan. We have a credit card loan at 48% interest. Not we. You have a credit card loan at 48% interest. The loan amount, say you have $200,000 on this credit card as the amount owing. You have an unsecured loan elsewhere at 35%, and the amount for that unsecured loan is $150,000. A motor vehicle loan, 24%. The loan amount is $1.2 million, and you have another secured loan at 26% for $400,000. Based on the terms that we have here, that are the usual terms for these types of loans, your monthly payment for these 4 loans is $80,726 and $3. If we were to take that loan and use a debt consolidation loan, you use the equity in your home. For homeowners, usually when you use a home to secure a loan, you end up paying one of the lowest rates that you have available on the market. You are paying a loan at 17.5, and you can go up to 15 years at C&WJ to take this loan out. But I have other examples. If you take that loan out for the complete 15 years, that $80,000 payment goes down to $30,000 monthly. So you can see where you can actually save. Okay, say you don't want 15 years, but if you take it to 10, or even if you take it to 60 months, so that would be 5 years, your loan payment is $48,988.32. So you're still saving $31,000 monthly if you had all of those debts and you use our debt consolidation loan to put all those loans under one roof and pay one place. So it makes it a lot easier for you. After you have done that, now you have to know within yourself that you can't go back and run the credit card bill up again, because then you'll be paying this debt consolidation loan and your credit card bill again. So you just have to know what you're doing, and you have to plan. You have to plan accordingly, because if not, you'll find yourself constantly in this state where you don't have enough money. All your money is going to bills and you're really not saving. And we have stressed, every speaker today has stressed savings to you. We have to ensure that we are saving at all times.
JNN has just presented excerpts from the C&WJ Sodality Cooperative Credit Union Limited seminar, HELPS, helping through empowerment, learning, and practical steps.